Today's episode of Wrestling All Day Podcast is brought to you by Crystal Lake Creations. Horror artwork, masks, and more. You can find Crystal Lake Creations on Instagram, crystal_lake_creations. You can also find their Etsy shop, etsy.com/CLakeCreations. Wrestling All Day Podcast Nation, what is up? This is a special episode. I know I missed the big announcement yesterday because I did it in the morning and I should have waited. Something told me I should have waited and I did not wait. So that is my fault. And now we're getting another episode because last night AEW Dynamite kicked off with an announcement from quote-unquote general manager and owner of AEW, Tony Khan. Now, there was a lot of speculation on what that was going to be. What was he going to announce? Is it a big partnership with HBO Max? Did he sign somebody? Did he poach somebody from WWE? Did he, what the fuck happened? Well, as it would turn out, it was none of the above. Tony Khan pulled a Shane McMahon, and for some reason, still had to reference Shane McMahon. I don't understand why. But he did pull a Shane McMahon. And he now owns Ring of Honor. Now, for the basement dwellers and for everybody else, that's huge news. That's huge news. But you gotta look at it from a realist standpoint. Yes, Ring of Honor now being owned by AEW is huge for Ring of Honor. However, you have to wonder how many of those Ring of Honor superstars who are no longer under contract are going to get their contracts renewed. How many of those guys are actually going to get their contracts renewed? I'm not expecting to see a lot of these guys. Ring of Honor is supposed to be coming back in April. They're going to be doing tapings in Philadelphia, which is an hour from my house. So I don't know how this is going to go. But Tony Khan now owning Ring of Honor, it's a big deal. It is a big deal. I thought at some point Vince McMahon was going to swoop in and either buy the company itself or just buy the video library, considering the fact a lot of the guys from Ring of Honor are in WWE, but a lot of the guys from Ring of Honor are in AEW as well. The Bucks, Kenny, Punk, Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, whatever, Eddie Kingston, Jon Moxley, they're all in AEW as well. Now, my thing is, and I'm going to get heat for this from a lot of people, I've seen how Tony Khan runs his shows. I've seen how Tony Khan books these shows. And you got to look at it from a realist standpoint here. And I don't mean to say that to sound like I'm trying to be superior, because I'm not. You just have to have a functioning brain to understand what I'm saying. So sorry, AEW fans, you guys are excluded from this conversation. But you got to look at it from where I'm looking at it from. Tony Khan, even though Dave Meltzer can fork out his Booker of the Year and Promotion of the Year awards to AEW as much as he wants because he's on the payroll, let's be honest. Come on, you got to be honest. You even if you're not even if you are a diehard AEW fan, you know that Dave Meltzer's, he's not quote unquote biased, but yeah, he's definitely biased. But that's okay. He's allowed to be biased because I'd be biased too if I was getting paid by a fucking $1 million company. So I mean, shit, I'd be biased too. So, Tony Khan is far from Booker of the Year. Now I'm not going to go before, if Vince McMahon's any better. No, I didn't say that. But you got to look at it again from a realist standpoint. WWE is making a hell of a lot more money than AEW is. Now, that doesn't mean that the quality of WWE television is better, because I think both shows, both AEW and WWE shows, suck. But you got to look at it from the standpoint, WWE is and always will be the big dog, and AEW is just going to have to settle for second. When AEW was going toe-to-toe with NXT, they were not hitting that 1 million mark. So you got to believe some of the people that were watching NXT are now watching AEW as well. And that's why they're getting that million. Now, the quality of the show is not good. The qualities of AEW, WWE, Raw, SmackDown, it's not good. But the quality of the shows has drastically gone down. But take a look at the ratings for Rampage. I get it, it's a tape show. You can get the spoilers literally that night when they tape or when they do Dynamite. But still, SmackDown was taped for fucking 20 years and they were pulling in 2.0 ratings. What's the excuse? There isn't one. So this is why I'm worried about what's going to happen with the future of Ring of Honor. Now, are they going to let Ring of Honor be Ring of Honor? Or are they going to let Ring of Honor be Ring of Honor what it's been for the last 6 years? Because for the last 6 years, Ring of Honor has been dead. I know they've had a lot of big shows. I know they had the Supercard of Honor. I know they had a lot of big stuff. But after their New Japan partnership and after the Bucks and Kenny said, fuck this, and hightailed for greener pastures, Ring of Honor died. Ring of Honor died because that hardcore fan base that was there went with them. I'm sorry. I used to like Ring of Honor. I loved Ring of Honor for the longest time. But ever since 2017, 2018, after All In and everything, they've just slowly continued to die. And it didn't help that they were making poor booking decisions, and then the title fiasco. They were putting championships on just whoever the hell could fucking show up that day. I remember Rush being a champion, Bandito was champion, and that takes nothing away from these guys, but are they really world champion material? Not really. But I digress. I don't own a wrestling promotion, so what the hell would I know about world championship material, you know? But you gotta think, you know, Ring of Honor at one point was the top independent promotion in the world, the most prestigious independent wrestling promotion in the world. And now, in the last couple of years, it's not. Ring of Honor is not the independent haven that it was 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I'm sorry to say that, yeah, Ring of Honor gave us a lot of good stars in the last number of years. Brian Johnson, fucking Danhausen. A lot of good names have come from Ring of Honor. I understand that. Matt Taven, Vinny Marcellia, or Vincent, whatever the fuck he's going by now on Impact, PCO, and that's another one of those booking decisions, putting a fucking title on 60-year-old PCO. Good fucking lord. That's how I knew the company was desperate and in a dying state. But now it's dead. Ring of Honor is dead, and now everybody is going to look to Tony Khan to be the saving grace of Ring of Honor. Now, like I said, I've seen how Khan runs his shows. They're not very good. Sure, the matches are good, but the booking decisions are absolute dog shit. And again, before you go, well, WWE's no better. Yeah, I know this. I am 100% aware of this. You don't have to shove it in my face. Nobody here is talking about WWE. We're talking about AEW and Ring of Honor right now. The booking decisions of Ring of Honor, yeah, and the booking decisions of AEW. It's a match made in heaven. Now, I can't go on and say that everything AEW does is bad, because that would just be me outright lying for content, which, I mean, doesn't sound like a bad idea. But I can't say that everything that AEW does is bad. AEW does have some good. AEW does have some good. And unfortunately, it doesn't come in any of their champions right now, because all of their champions suck. Sammy Guevara, fantastic talented guy. But I still can't get over the fact of what he said to Sasha Banks. And I know they made up, and I know he took classes, I know he took all this shit, but the fact that those words still escaped his mouth when he was an adult is fucking sick. It's fucking sickening. The tag team champions, Luke Perry's kid and a fucking dinosaur. The world champion, who they won't even put in the fucking main event. He was on the main event of one Dynamite, and they were like, yeah, no, you're good, you're done. Hangman's reign that they've built up for the last year, has been absolutely fucking atrocious. And that's not a knock on Hangman, even though I'm not a big fan of him. That's not a knock on Hangman. That's a knock on the company booking their world champion like shit. But I digress. I mean, look at the WWE Championship situation. Now I'm bringing WWE into this. They take the title off of Big E to give it to Brock, to give it to Bobby, to give it to Brock, to give it to Roman, to give it to The Rock. Maybe. I don't know. I'm planning too far ahead here. But the WWE Championship situation fucking sucks, and it really killed the momentum that I had, or like the hype that I had for WrestleMania. It absolutely killed it. Now, I didn't want to make this whole episode to be negative because it's huge news that Kenny Omega, huge news that Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor. Huge news. Big news. But I'm not looking at it as a fan. I'm looking at this as a realistic standpoint, and I really hope you guys didn't hear that loud-ass horn that just beeped outside. But I'm just looking at this from a standpoint of a realist, not as a fan of WWE, not as a fan of AEW, not as a fan of Ring of Honor. The independent scene is slowly dying out now. And this is why I'm kind of glad that NXT 2.0 went back and, kind of rechanged their format, because NXT was turning into Ring of Honor, and I didn't like it. There's a lot of people who didn't like it. Triple H took NXT, made it his baby, and then it got too indie. The super kicks, the Canadian destroyers, the false finishes, the dusty finishes. It just got to be too much. It got to be too much, and I'm sorry, Triple H, to say, as much as I like Triple H, I'm sorry to say, you failed. You failed. And I wish a speedy recovery for him. I do. I really wish a speedy recovery for him. But when he comes back, I hope he does not take the reins of NXT again. And I hope he does not take the reins of the WWE. Because as much as I like Triple H and as smart as that man is, he's going to fail again. And it pains me to say it, but he's going to fail again. But in the interest of fairness, maybe he can go with his brother-in-law and start a wrestling promotion. Maybe he can go fund Ring of Honor. Who the hell knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But I sincerely hope the best for Ring of Honor. Nothing but the best. I want to see them back on their feet. I want to see them thriving again. I really do. And this isn't me being sarcastic either. I want to see Ring of Honor be Ring of Honor. I don't want to see Ring of Honor be AEW Ring of Honor. I don't want to see Ring of Honor be AEW Dark Elevation 3.0 or some shit. They already have Dark. They already have Elevation. Nobody watches that shit. It's a YouTube show. Nobody's going to watch you on there. I'm sorry to all the wrestlers who have been on there. They probably skipped your match. Guarantee they probably skipped your match. But either way, I want to see Ring of Honor be Ring of Honor, not a Tony Khan brainchild. I want to see Ring of Honor. I want to see the 2004, 2005 Ring of Honor. I want to see, I'm not saying fucking take CM Punk and Bryan Danielson and let them go 45 minutes. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want to see that. Bryan Danielson, maybe. Punk, no. But let Ring of Honor be what Ring of Honor was supposed to be. Ring of Honor was supposed to be the haven, the grand all be all for independent guys who couldn't get to WWE, who couldn't get to Impact. That was their foot in the door, was Ring of Honor. Let Ring of Honor be what NXT was supposed to be. Let Ring of Honor be what AEW Dark and Elevation are supposed to be. Get rid of Dark, get rid of Elevation, put Ring of Honor on fucking Fridays. Put it on right before Rampage so you have a lead-in. Counter-program SmackDown. I don't care what you have to do. Get Ring of Honor back on TV and do what you got to do to make that shit pop like it did 15 years ago. So, I see a lot of people comparing it to Shane McMahon, or not Shane McMahon, but Vince McMahon buying WCW, and then the whole story with Shane happened, and we like to forget that happened. But a lot of people are comparing this to the WCW purchase. Now, I mean, yeah, it's a big deal, but Ring of Honor was never as big as WCW. Ring of Honor's had a lot of big guys, yes, but at the time when Ring of Honor was just purchased by Tony Khan, Ring of Honor is dead. WCW was still actively on TV when Vince McMahon bought them out. Vince McMahon was literally on their show to say, ha ha, fuck you, I win. There's a big difference between the WCW purchase and the Ring of Honor purchase. I'm not saying the Ring of Honor purchase isn't on the grand scale, because it is. It's big news. It really is big news. But it's just the fact that the person who owns it, I mean, honestly, I'd be saying the same thing if Vince McMahon owned it, because you saw what happened to NXT. Now NXT's all colorful and bright and fucking... I don't know. They got somebody who wrestles in their pajamas. They got Nikita Lyons, which is... Yeah, that's that. But I mean, at least NXT 2.0 is trying to make some stars. I'll give them that. Braun Breaker and Tommaso Ciampa have been killing it. They sent Ziggler and Bobby Roode back down there, which, I mean, seems like a demotion, but I mean, they look like they're having fun. But either way, I'd be doing the same thing if fucking Vince McMahon announced that he bought Ring of Honor, because I've seen how those weekly WWE shows go, and they're not good. SmackDown's been doing alright, Raw's been doing alright, but they're not good at all. Like, I tuned into Raw last week literally just to see the Edge segment, and then I was glad that was the main event segment, because I wasn't going to sit through entire episode of Raw just to see Edge turn heel. I'm glad I tuned in just for that segment. I missed Damian Priest's heel turn, but like, they're fucking Logan Paul and the Mysterios and the Miz, and then you got Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, and the championship fucking situation sucks. So like I said, whether it was Tony Khan or whether it was Vince McMahon, I'd be sitting here bitching just as much either way, because neither of them put on good weekly television like they should be. Vince and his 27 Hollywood writers, Tony Khan and all of his guys have this creative freedom, so it makes you wonder, who really sucks more? The 27 Hollywood writers or the guys with creative freedom who do their own shit? Because they're both pretty bad. So, either way, Tony Khan now owns Ring of Honor. What is next for Ring of Honor? Who the hell knows? They have their Supercard coming in April. They have tapings in Philadelphia in April. They have a lot of big-time shit going down in Ring of Honor. And I don't know if they're going to continue with those tapings. I don't know if they're going to be canceled. As far as I know of, they have not been canceled. So it appears that Ring of Honor is going to be back. It might just be funded under Tony Khan. So hopefully we'll see some changes. Hopefully we'll see some fresh faces on there. And hopefully Ring of Honor, picks up the reins and becomes that third promotion in the world. You could talk about New Japan all you want being the number 3 promotion, but if you ask any American fan who is not like somebody who actively is on Twitter or something, you ask any American wrestling fan, they're going to look at you and they're going to say, who the fuck is Hiroshi Tanahashi? They're going to look at you and say, who the hell is Kota Ibushi? Who the hell is Okada? They're going to look at you like you have 3 fucking heads. And that's not a bad thing. You don't have to like New Japan to be a wrestling fan. You don't have to like AEW to be a wrestling fan. You don't have to like AEW or WWE to be a wrestling fan. Like what you like. It's simple. I mean, I can't say that I actively enjoy watching wrestling anymore because I don't. But, I mean, I go to my independent promotions. They do damn good shows. They put on great shows. But just the stuff you see on Raw, the stuff you see on SmackDown, the stuff you see on AEW, the stuff you see on NXT, if you like it, then more power to you. I'm happy for you. But y'all gotta stop fighting, for one. Please. Y'all gotta stop fighting online. Every day y'all wake up and have the same arguments on social media. I seen it after the fucking Ring of Honor purchase. I seen it. I seen all the fighting. I seen all the fucking crying and carrying on social media. Stop fighting with each other. Y'all are like in a sport where grown men get half naked to fight for a belt. It is not as serious as you're making it. Well, you don't take the wrestling business serious. I never have. I have never taken wrestling serious. It's wrestling. They're oiled up men rubbing each other. It's not that serious. Stop fighting. Stop fighting. That's all I gotta ask, or that's all I'm gonna say. It's just stop fighting. It's not worth it. But again, I did miss this announcement last night. I recorded the episode. I didn't upload it until about 20 minutes ago. I recorded the episode and then I threw it up on YouTube. And after I recorded the episode, like 2 hours later, they announced that AEW now, or Tony Khan now owns Ring of Honor. And if I would have known that, I would have just waited until today to do it. So enjoy the fact that you're getting 2 episodes today, because I normally don't do this. But the Ring of Honor news is too big to pass up. So again, I'm expecting big things for Ring of Honor, but at the same time, looking at who owns Ring of Honor now, I'm not expecting much. But they could prove me wrong. They can blow me out of the water. Who the hell knows? But, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's my rant for today. Ring of Honor now owned by Tony Khan. So hopefully something big comes from it. Hopefully it does. I really hope it does. But with that in mind, PPW, Ring of Roses, March 12th. Yes, I had to look real quick. March 12th is Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania. Make sure you come check it out. Some Ring of Honor guys are going to be there. Brian Johnson's going to be there. A couple of Ring of Honor namestays from back in the day. Davey Richards is going to be there. I'm pretty sure Casey Navarro was on Ring of Honor. He'll be there, I believe. So check it out. Make sure you come check it out. It is going to be March 12th, Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania. Come check that shit out. Come say hi to me if you see me. But for that, I have nothing else. I got nothing. All my notes for today are done. So with that in mind, I guess I'll leave you with this. It's not just all day, bro. It's every day, bro. See, that's a Logan Paul reference, I think. Or Jake Paul. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't like either of them. I really fucking don't. But either way, thank you guys for joining me. And as always, I'll catch you for the next one.